Hey guys, in today's video we'll be taking an in-depth look at Gangplank and his different playstyles and different setups. I did add a bot to this game to show some of the powder keg mechanics and how to kind of set up different ways to harass and poke with them. Moving in the bot lane. So I'll start with my Q. You see, I'm stacking up the grass stack on the minions, and you can walk up and Q him. Typically, Zig won't be in the top lane, but you see there, I can keep it going. This is just demonstrated against like a ranged champion. He does have advantage on me because I kind of let him stack the main wave because he could aggro it earlier when I fast forward the time. As I'm just trying to show the mechanics. Again, I just keep stacking up the grass stacks on him. I can use my remove scurvy defensively. He doesn't really have a CC, so I can use it to just heal up. As I'm just harassing him with more of these grass and powered Qs. So then I can auto that, and then you see I procced this barrel so that when I last hit it with either my auto attack or my Q, it detonated the second barrel. So that's one of the ways that you can kind of set it up. So you set up one barrel, you can auto it, and then set up the second barrel, and then pop the first barrel. So that's just getting used to the barrel zones. And then you see here, I'm actually short that 700 gold I was speaking about in the beginner's guide for that sheen. I just got it, so I'm actually just gonna back now. Because once I get the sheen, it'll make last hitting to get your passive gold a lot easier. So then you also saw there when I was doing the barrel mechanic, I put the barrel on my side, and then as he stepped up to CS, I put down a second barrel. So I put a barrel here, auto it, and then I get that harass on him. You can either auto attack it or you can hit it with your Q. The reason I like to Q it is because it does give some additional damage. You can see there, that's how it'd be. Yes, it's easier against the bot just because the bot won't know to pop the barrel itself, but your opponent can definitely do that. See, so now I'm just playing the sustain game. He doesn't really have sustain, I do, because I can W on cooldown if I'm not under threat, and then I can keep harassing him with this Q. I'm gonna walk up, shoot him again, and then like if I was really fully committing to this, I can actually flash Q at any point because I hit the sheen power spike. So you see here, I'm gonna auto these minions, and then when I Q there, so these ones didn't die, so now I know the next time that they come up, I have to auto them twice, or I actually just leveled up there right now. So I will get a better idea as we keep going. See, now they actually just get one hit. It just depends on where you are in the game, because as the game goes on, the minions get higher resistances. But you see there, Ziggs harassed me a lot at the beginning, but now I'm at about 50-50. I can set that up, get that harass off. But you see there, I cleared out the 3 range minions after autoing them once and then just setting up a barrel and shooting the barrel. You can even set up the barrel itself and then auto them, and then as it's ticking down, last hit it and shoot the barrel for the AoE explosion on them. You see here I'm building right now the Divine Sunderer. That is the typical item that you will go for a Gangplank. It's just because it's a very, very strong item. I do like it because it has the spell blade, it heals you, and it does like a percentage health damage and heals you for a percentage of that percentage health damage. So it's like a mix between old Death Dance and like Triforce, in my opinion. A lot of people are liking Divine Sunderer over Triforce itself right now. I'm not talking about specifically Gangplank, just in general. Because Triforce right now is taking longer for you to ramp up to get the damage that's needed. It's usually for more extended fights if you're like a brawler into another brawler, like you know, those tank brawlers like Darius, even though he like would build Gore Drinker, or yeah, there's not a lot of them building right now, because most of them are actually just building Divine Sunderer. So people are just liking Divine Sunderer over Triforce. But then you see, so this is how I also like to set up barrels. You see the 3 bushes here, you have the same layout in the top lane. So I like to set up a barrel here. They don't exactly, if the enemy doesn't have vision of it, then they can't tell exactly, like they don't expect a barrel to pop here, so you can go like pop there if they're pushing up the lane. Same with this. And then you'll see, like, this is when I'll start using barrels to start getting the Silver Serpents, and I'm already stacking them at a decent rate. Put on the auto refresh cooldowns to practice barrel mechanics. So you see that's the original barrel, and then as you level it up, the faster it loses the marks. So I believe at max levels, when you place it down at max range, by the time you get in range for your Q, so you see all the barrel mechanics here, that would obviously not really work if the enemy champion hits it, which they probably would at that point. But yeah, at max rank, like when you put it down and you walk over to Q it, it'll automatically pop the barrel itself for movement speed. So what the different mechanics I like to do is like set one up here where you know that they can't get to it unless they step up, and then you just barrel pop it there. The other one is like if you're just trying to really wave push and you know that one EQ or barrel pop won't like clear the full wave, you can set it up so that that one pops the wave, and then you set up another barrel because your Q's are relatively short cooldown, and then you can pop the next wave or second barrel on top of them. I believe once you get the Sunderer, you should actually be able to just one-shot the backline, the ranged minions with just your barrel pop, like a single barrel pop, without having to auto attack them. So one of the harder barrel mechanics is trying to link the barrels. I can try and do it here where it's like I put down this one here, and then I want to pop somebody here. You set this one up, and then you go here, and then you pop that. So you put the joining barrel as you're hitting the one that causes the explosion. So let's see. I can go Q. I believe I have to max range this. See, so you saw that I shot the Q out, and as I shot the Q out, I put down the second barrel. So that I got the chain reaction off. So see, I got the second harass off there as I was queuing this barrel. So I cast the Q first, and then I put down the second barrel, so that it's less time for them to respond to it. It's just that it is really hard timing. But if you're good at it, you can even set up barrel chains to reach other places. So you could be like, I set up a barrel here, I'm going to queue this one, and then I pop all three of them. Again, that is really mechanical, and it's not something I'm that great at doing. That's why I like to go for the easy barrel chains, where I just set one up back here, and then while they walk up to CS, I can put one on either my ranged minions or my melee minions, and then I just get the harass on them. So that's some of the barrel mechanics again. I'm not the best at demonstrating them. So then the other things that he has is, again, he does play passively. So typically I do like to let the enemy push into me. Like you see here, Ziggs is pushed into me. So he has a longer lane right now. Anytime I want to keep the fight, I just ulti. He has to walk through my ulti, or he has to walk into me. If I'm good at harassing him, I throw the outer edge of my ulti behind him, so he has to walk through the whole length of my ulti, or he has to path back into me. If the enemy, that's like if I'm really ahead and I know I'm gonna win the 1v1, so I want to force him into it. The other option is you hold your ulti if they're engaging on you. Like say Camille wants to ulti on you, and then when Camille ultis on you, you just ulti on top of yourself. Camille has to either break her ulti, or she has to sit through your ulti. That could turn the fight. That is also really helpful to set up ganks in a long lane where like you're pushed up on your tower and your jungler's coming. You can set up the ulti, you ulti, and then they get slowed, and then the gank is almost secured. At least the flash is getting blown. If your jungler has CC, then they're more than likely just dead. So the thing with that also is he also has a global ulti, so you have to have the map awareness to see like, okay, you can do that same setup for the bot lane. Say you're top lane right now and you see, okay, my bot lane Ziggs is low, or the bot lane is low and they want to commit, I can send the ulti as they commit, and then you just get assists on that. Yes, it's not as good as a kill, but it is just more money, and as I said previously, the way Gangplank wins is by hitting spikes and playing from the head with his money. So like he just gets gold from just farming. He just gets additional gold, so any more gold that you can get just helps you get to your breakpoints faster. Okay, so I'm gonna go base and then we'll go over the different builds. So typically it's Divine Thunderer as the mythic. I have seen some other ones. I was playing Eclipse a little bit, but yeah, no. Divine Thunderer is just really good and really strong, and then like he likes the extended fights. So depending on your build, if you like the extended fights, you go Divine Thunderer because of the healing on it, and then the Spellblade also does like percentage health damage, so it's just better all around. So it also makes you slightly more tanky. He doesn't really make crazy use of the attack speed from the Triforce, but I do like the armor and magic pen. His ulti does do magic damage, as strange as that is. Second item, if you went to tier build, you can go Manamune. Manamune, just because you're always spamming your Q, and then you get the on hit, so you do the additional damage with the Manamune. The other ones that I've seen people go is Collector. It's just additional lethality. Personally, if you want to go the lethality build, I would probably change the mythic and go Eclipse with a Collector Essence Reaver build and put the Spellblade on the Essence Reaver. Just because you have the pairing of the lethalities with the Collector, you'll start 40%ing people with like your Qs if they're squishy and they don't have the resistances yet. But you are a lot squishier. So that is the other issue. So it all depends on your personal playstyle. Then it gets into different items at that point where you can go Death Dance if you are trying to get the burst and heal. I've also gone Spirit Visage to make him tankier, and then your W healing will actually heal a lot. So it's all dependent after you get your core 2 to 3 items. Because he's so versatile, you can like go into what is needed for the matchup. I've gone Dead Man's Plate on him. If you just need to sustain more, or like not sustain but survive bursts. I've gone Frozen Heart to appear with the Manamune. But after you get your initial items, again, depending on the matchups and how you are playing, like if you're playing against a top bully like Renekton or Fiora, or like the people that want to fight early, like Pantheon is really big right now, I would go like rush Ninja Tabbies into Sheen and then try to poke them out, and then I would play under your tower, because those champions, Renekton and like Pantheon, they have to snowball really early and they want to punish you. So I'd play behind, like closer to my tower, and again, you just play for your other win condition where it's like, yeah, we're even on farm, but I've been less hitting with my parlay, so I'm actually ahead in gold. And then you just scale better into the late game than they do. You might even hit Divine Thunderer before they hit their mythic, and then be able to take a fight. So that is like just one of the big matchups top lane. Like you hit, that's just his playstyle. Is if you're really good at farming, then you will always be a threat. Because once you hit the 3-4 item spike on Gangplank, he's always a threat. So that's, you have to be at least probably, I would say, farming about 60% efficiency. 4 CS, so that's about 6 CS a minute. That's really low, personally, but you know, in low elo, 6 CS, if you can maintain it over the course of a game, is pretty good, and then you'll be able to actually play from perspective and have more gold than your opponent will. And then your ultis will have more influence on the map, and you'll be able to make more plays on the map. But you see here, I'm just chasing down Biggs. I can eat that for movement speed, and then every time I auto attack, I gain on him, and then I can set up a barrel chain there. My barrel chain slows me up, and if I hit him, also slows him down. Okay, so that's our guide for Gangplank. I hope it helps you guys. I know that the main thing that is hard about Gangplank is the barrel mechanics. Again, the other thing is you have to realize that he plays from a back foot position until he gets his items. Like, unless you get really good favorable trades, then, or the person just walks up and keeps getting, like, letting you stack grasp of the undying on him, and they're like, you know, 50% when you're fighting him, then, you know, you should really be playing on the back foot and just scaling with your passive, which is different than, which you have to put yourself in the mindset for, that you're not gonna leave lane typically, like with a high kill count, but you'll have like, you'll come out of lane with more items than your opponent, hopefully, because of your passive. Thank you for checking out my champion guide. I hope that the tips in this video help you guys in your climb. I know that these are not the most popular builds in playstyles, however they are stepping stones to improve your gameplay. As a player, you can't expect to immediately play at a high level, just as you wouldn't expect a medical student to do a heart transplant without building up. Please let me know in the comments below the next champion you want to see. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe for future content. I hope these tips helped, and as always, keep climbing.